Hello there, welcome to another review by Deviant.fun. Today we bring you a very beloved author, both from the shop and me personally. I love Matt Kindt. He has paired up with Tyler Jenkins here in Grass Kings Volume 1 in a way that the illustrations resemble a lot of other Matt Kindt's work painted by himself, illustrated by himself. I'm talking about Department H, for which we have both the omnibus 1 and 2. That's the whole story, and of course Mind Management. That's 3 omnibuses. They're dark horse omnibuses, so they're not oversized, they're not hardcover, but they're relatively thick books. So this one, Grass Kings, is it was compiled in 2019. It was awarded, it was nominated bestselling for Best New Series back in 2018. It has some similarities to Postal. If you haven't read Postal, then what are you waiting for? It's a wonderful series. We've got the collected edition, which is hard to find nowadays, a hardcover one that collects all the volumes, but we also have some of the volumes, and we're about to get almost all the rest of them, but we got the first 3. So going back to this book, so the book starts by, I said it kind of related to Postal because the Grass Kingdom is also a place of renegades, of people that don't want to be included in society. They don't want strangers there. They want to live their life as they wish to, with their own laws, with their own morals, better saying. So that's the parallel to Postal, because that also happens in Postal. So the book starts by showing us what Grass Kingdom has been in the past. The people that has inhabited it, then being rampaged and expelled from there, conquered by different civilizations, and etc., until it became what it is now, the Grass Kingdom. And we see a guy that looks to be like from the police, and is pushing a young boy into a car. And along the conversation, we find out that he is an intruder in Grass Kingdoms, and this guy is a law enforcer, though he's not really police, because they're clandestine, so they can't have official police force, right? But they have this guy in uniform driving a police car that acts like one. So he's driving the guy he caught, and he wants him out of the Grass Kingdom, and pretty quick. In the meantime, some other characters are presented as he drives through. They've got everything from a guy that knows mechanics, used to be a pilot, he knows how to fix planes. They've got their own airplane that the guy fixed. They've got an ex-army sniper that has a tower of his own to look out for strangers and trouble, because strangers are trouble. And so we see the guy being kicked out of the Grass Kingdom border. Then later on we see another character that's Ash, or some Ash, I think it's Ash, and is talking with another guy that usually pairs with them. They're youngsters, and he ends up knocking at the door of a guy named Robert. Robert is the Grass King, so he's the leader of the community, but he's being, as you can see, he's very somber, very sad. He kind of looks into the infinite with a somber look. Is actually in emotional pain, since what is depicted here happened. He lost a daughter. some time ago. She disappeared. No one knows what happened. She might have fallen to the river, but there are other theories. And then one day when he's in the porch looking, just looking, right? Looking at the infinite, he sees a girl in the water, and immediately he thinks that it is his daughter coming home. So he gets that girl. Of course, he immediately understands that it is not her girl. Meanwhile, we're introduced to the other part of the conflict, which is the official society with an actual law enforcer here that wants to get rid of that kingdom, let's call it, and is just asking the boy that was expelled if he found her. So we understand that there's some relation between that girl that was rescued from the water with that guy that seems to run the law enforcement outside Grass Kingdom. And so that attempt fails, so he has to send another guy of his trust to try and get some info on the whereabouts of Rose. Of course, he's gonna get pushed back by the community, and we see some kind of relation between Robert and Rose because he cannot stop thinking of her like being his lost daughter, though he knows it isn't. He's fully aware of that, but he feels drawn to her the same. So there's murder, there's conflict, and there's a theory that maybe Rose didn't drown in the lake. Maybe there's something different. And Robert has developed a theory that there's some kind of serial killer hidden in the community that would explain some other disappearances throughout the years. But there's no clues about it. This guy from outside, the law enforcer, does not believe in that story. There's no actual proof pointing to that, so he's completely against that theory. He never pursued any investigation, so Robert has got a grudge on him because of that. And by the end of the book, we get some info that might point to Robert actually being on something when he said that there might be a serial killer hiding amongst them in the Grass Kingdom. So yeah, this is a very compelling book. I love the illustration. I must confess, I thought it was Matt Kindt himself doing it because the style is so similar. Watercolors like he normally uses. It's a little bit more rough-edged than his normal work, but yeah, I thought it was a variation of his style. Well, but I do love it. I love the colors, everything. It's just fantastically beautiful, but that's my taste. It might not please everyone. As for the story, I'm pretty sure it's very consensual. I'm pretty sure, because it's a very well told story. It's got lots of characters. There's no dead moments here. There's always something happening, especially this conflict between the Grass Kingdom and the outside that doesn't want them to exist. And when that girl Rose comes from one place to another, well, a little war starts. So there's a lot to be explored, and it is very well explored and very well written. But that's what expected from Matt Kindt, right? So this comes with a very high recommendation. Volume 2 is already on the way. We still don't have it on stock, but it's coming. It has to, because this is a very, very good book. So I highly recommend to you. So that's it. Just to remind you, you can buy this and many other books and order and query us for any book you might have in mind. We can find it, we can get it. If we don't stock it, we can find it and order it for you. All of that you can do by visiting our web shop at Deviant.fun.biz or emailing us at Deviant.fun.biz at gmail.com, or just use the site to contact us if it's simpler. And you can follow us on YouTube and also Instagram. And of course, all these videos land on our YouTube channel, which has hundreds of videos like this, which you can and should subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with other people, because this book deserves it. So until the next video, stay well, stay safe, and until the next one, bye bye.